Hey guys, I'm back for video number 2. And so, like I said, I'm going to show you quick and dirty my process for doing this. Now, here's the thing. It's just the way I do it. I've done it this way for a long time. I'm 49 years old. You can't teach a dog new tricks. And while that's not always completely true, we do get stuck in our ways. So there may be better, faster ways to do this. This is the way I do it. I just want to show you how easy it can be. Now, if you find a better, faster way to do it that works for you, by all means, go for it. Because, I mean, as long as you get the main product out there, that's all I care about. So, as far as putting the book together, I'm an old school guy. I grew up using Microsoft Word. Some of y'all might be strictly Google Docs, that kind of thing, but find a word processing program. I use, like I said, Microsoft Word. And what I do, I publish so many books that I actually keep a template. That's what you're seeing on the screen right now. That's one of the public domain works that I'm publishing for a prepper manual. And it's actually pretty neat. This is a book from 1943 that I'm republishing in its original format, but I'm also going to republish that again with some updates for mounting machine guns and things onto a civilian vehicle. So interesting stuff. And so let me show you. This is the template I use. And so I've got the cover right there. I've got a blank page. This is the title page. Matter of fact, I made the screen a little smaller so you can see more of it. There's the title page, and basically just a rewrite of who did the book, new edition edited and published by me, of course. And then we've got, this is the intro information. And so that's why I use a template. All this information is already here. I don't have to redo it. I don't have to reinsert the pictures or images or anything like that. And so I put all this information right up front. Now, you might be wondering why or what's missing. The copyright page. In the front of a book that you buy somewhere, there's always a copyright page right up front. Well, that's one of the strategies I use because on Amazon, when you list a book that you've published, they usually have a look inside function. I'm sure you've used it before. And the way I see is that I don't want to waste the look inside pages with something silly and not useful like a copyright page. And so I move it to the back of the book. You'll see that in just a second. So the copyright by David Powers, the year, don't use my book without permission kind of stuff, that's all at the end of the book. I keep it in there. It has to be in there, but there's no hard and fast rule on what needs to be where inside your book. A lot of people think that, but it's not a rule. And so up front, people are going to see the free stuff insert. In other words, buy this book and do this, and I'll send you free stuff. And so right away, aside from the information they're going to see in my book, they're going to also see that there's added value. I can buy this book, and there's added value by doing this thing. The next page after that, the one right here in the middle, get a copy of the ebook and a bonus gift for $1. So it's an upsell. And so trying to upsell them a PDF version of the same book, that way they could read it on their phone, on their computer. A lot of people are just going to buy it and send it to people. And I don't mind that because for me, I'm going to make some sales of my book. But one thing I always like to remember is that my book is also my business card. And so if someone buys my book, they get a hold of the PDF and they send it to somebody else for free and I don't get paid for that, I'll get paid in the end. And so I don't worry about that. Then there's an about the author section and also all my social media links. And let's see what's next. And so this template I've got set up actually for that from a lot of my prepper books. And so that's the Rugged Dad Guidebooks series. That's the intro that you see on the left. And so because these pages are in every one of the books in this series, I just leave them here on my template. And so you've got how to use the Rugged Dad guides. Basically, this is just filler material. A lot of the stuff I use in coaching with my clients, teaching them how to get the most out of something. And so I just insert that right here. I've already got the information. I'm adding a little value to the book itself. Then a word of encouragement, encouraging people to do the things that are in the book. And this blank page you see in the middle, page 11. So we're 11 pages into my book and we haven't even gotten to the book yet. But this is my template. And so right here, this is where I'm going to insert my book. If it's a book of images, let's say, like this one, the Red Dawn Insurgency Manual that I've shown you before, A lot of images and things that are copied from other books that are included here. I'm just going to copy and paste that, insert it right here. If it's a book I'm writing, this is where I start writing. And so that's the body of the book right now on this template, just on one page. At the end, when I'm done, I'll add the table of contents. That's pretty easy to do. And then there you see on the right is the copyright page. That's the copyright page that's actually at the end of my book. More websites, more ways to contact me, get in touch with me, but also the don't you dare use my book without permission or I will hunt you down. And then I like to be humorous with pretty much everything I do. So at the end of my copyright page, in some instances, I have changed or ignored the names of persons to prevent their death or arrest. A quote from Robert Young Pelton. And also, my book is available at fine bookstores online and from the neighborhood pawnbroker at a substantial discount. So, and then guess what is at the end of my book? Because my book is also what? Did I hear somebody say? A business card. Since my book is a business card, my brochure, this is a one sheet that I hand out when I do book signings and when I speak at conferences. This is actually a brochure. It's printed on both sides when I'm handing out a print copy, but it takes up 2 pages at the very end of my book. Every one of my books, they get this, and that's basically an extra business card size brochure inside my business card book. And so that's how I do the inside. Now let me see if I can get over to the other screen and I'm going to show you where I do book covers. And here we are on Canva now. And this is where I do my book covers. In the old days, I would pay people on Fiverr to do book covers. That was before Canva came out. And I didn't want to learn Photoshop. It was a better use of my time to write the books and then pay someone on Canva $5, $10, $15 to design a book cover for me. Now I go on Canva and I design my own book covers. And so basically what you do is you come on Canva and let's say I always go with an ebook cover size template because that way it'll already be sized for Amazon KDP. And it's that sizing also will work for your print book and your hardback book when you publish those on KDP. In another video, I will show you that process. Right now, we're just kind of writing the book itself. And so ebook cover templates, and basically you can scan down through here and find one. What I like to do is not pay attention so much to the pictures because I'm going to change those pictures. What I'm looking for is a neat, just the feel, the vibe that I get from the cover. None of these, I mean, these are like business type books. There's one on yoga, but most of these, ooh, how to hip hop at home. It sounds like a book that I would actually have fun reading. I grew up in the hip hop age when breakdancing was really popular, but most of these are business books. So if you don't like any of those, you can do ebook cover. Let's say one of you out there has written a horror novel. So let's do ebook cover. Instead of horror, let's do scary and see what pops up. Canva is really good because they have tons and tons of templates that you can use. And so if you're going with one of these for a scary novel, you might actually want to keep the picture and just, work with your title into the font, things like that. This one's pretty cool. I like that. A little hand on the mirror. And there's the back of the book even that it has right there. Haunted house. Some of these have multiple pages, but for what you're doing, you don't necessarily need the back page. But okay, so there weren't many scary ones there. And now we're getting into, there's actually one that looks like a kid's book. And so we're going to do one last one here. Let's see, science fiction. Oh, you know what? I'll do science fiction, and then there is one other one I want to show you. All right, science fiction, and let's see what pops up for the templates. All right, so a lot of these are still looking like computer books. Oh, come on. You're bringing in ballet books with the science fiction. Well, this one looks cool. It's not sci-fi, but a nice little caveman story if you're writing something reminiscent of the old Clan of the Cave Bear book. And so you can see, you get the idea of what I'm showing you. So let me pick one more because I know there is a lady in this group that works with sheep. And so let's do farming, ebook cover, farming. And just, I'm curious myself just to see what pops up. There we go. A few farming books. Those are kind of boring though. I like the one on the far left, that one there. These other templates look kind of boring. And so, like I said, you can pick any of these though and redo them. So I typed in farming and it mostly just brought in, books with a lot of green covers, things like that. But Canva is an excellent place to design your cover. You can do it for free. If you don't want to do it, there are lots of people out there, especially on Fiverr. You just find somebody that designs book covers on Fiverr and they'll do it for you. It all depends on where you want to spend your time. For me, I kind of like this process now that I've learned Canva and I can design these book covers on my own. So I hope this helps a little bit. Let me refer to my extensive notes here and make sure I haven't missed anything on this part of it. It doesn't look like I have. So this is video 2. So on video 3, what we're going to do is we're actually going to go through how to get the book uploaded. So what I want you to do is if you're working on a book, go ahead and drop it into Google Docs, Microsoft Word, whatever you need to do to publish it, and just save it. Go ahead and save it. In a few minutes, I'm going to show you the process I use to get it put through onto Fiverr and published. And I'm just going to do some random elevator music while I'm finding the stop recording button. Do 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 do.